What's up, gentlemen? Your boy John coming at you again with another video. Hope you're ready for this one, because this one's going to be pretty informative. Okay, so I'm going to talk about how I meditate, and mostly why you should be meditating every day. Okay, I've said this before, so a lot of this is repetition, but this video is a little bit more specific. Meditation is the art of, and it is an art, okay, it's not science. There's no specific technique to it. There are many, just like different forms of art, there's different forms of meditation. Meditation is simply being present with your thoughts and your emotions, okay? That's what meditation is. Meditation is not forcing your mind to be still, okay? Because if you do that, if you try to do that, you're going to end up making the practice into a chore, and the chore's then going to be something that's not enjoyable. It's going to be something that's distracting, annoying, frustrating, and you're going to be doing the opposite of what you should be doing, which is being present. Okay, you want to be present with everything that's going on in your mind, everything that it's doing, whatever direction it's going in, whatever the emotions attached to it are. You want to be present with that. You want to be the stillness that's watching the turbulence, the chaos. Okay, that's what meditation is. It's very funny because you can have inner peace at the same time when you've got all anxiety going on. All right. Anxiety is simply worrying about the future or fretting about the past. Usually fretting about the past is guilt. Okay. Anxiety is then worry about the future. Our minds are evolved to be survival machines, okay? That's what the mind is. It's a survival tool. And it's a magnificent tool. It's designed to help you survive. Okay? But when we live in a society that's quite idle, when we don't have to be surviving at every moment and every day, then the mind is left with a lot of open space, a lot of freedom to do whatever it wants. So it starts to do crazy things, which is why a lot of people suffer from internal turmoil. They suffer from internal turmoil because their minds are given free rein to do whatever it wants to do, worry about anything, have anxiety or guilt about anything, you know, even the smallest things, because nothing can really be wrong, nothing can be going wrong. Everything can be fine. You can be safe, happy. You've got enough food, enough water. You can have shelter. You can be warm. You can have enough money in the bank account. All right, but you're still gonna worry, and you're still gonna have anxiety about the future and about things you can't control, because the mind is like that. That is the nature of the mind, to do that. It's there to keep you safe. Okay, so when you are safe, it doesn't want to believe that it's safe. Okay. Now, another funny thing about human beings is that the mind has evolved to such a degree now where it's not just concerned about its own survival or the survival of your being, okay, the survival of this vessel, but it's also concerned about the survival of your psychological well-being. Okay, so it takes into consideration personal relationships, takes into consideration your reputation, your status, okay, takes into consideration ills that are done by other people, or perceived ills rather. So now the mind is not just focused on physical survival, but it's focused on psychological survival, and that psychological survival ends up creating an ego. Okay, an ego, which is a character. Okay, that's what it is. It's a caricature. It's not a character, actually, it's a caricature. It's not even you at all. It's simply concepts after concepts after concepts, designed, again, or rather used to keep you happy, safe, survive, whatever. Okay, 90% of the time though, the mind does not keep you happy. It does not keep you safe or satisfied or whatever. It keeps you in the opposite state. It keeps you in a state of anxiety, depression. Okay, it can keep you in a very bad place simply because it's concerned with your psychological well-being. All right, that's what the mind does. So it's very unique to human beings that we've developed an ego, which is simply a mind's construction of how to psychologically survive. That's what it is. Okay? The mind's wonderful. It's a wonderful tool. It's got me through most of my hard times. And when I was a child, it was there to help me survive. Okay? It was there to help me survive. I was able to develop the strength and the skill of resilience and courage as a child, mainly because of the stuff that I went through. All right? I went through a bit of a difficult, turbulent period as a child. So my mind was forced to be conditioned and evolved in a way that is concerned with 100% survival at all times. Okay? So even when things are going well, even when things are happy and good, the mind is still focused on what could go wrong, what can go awry in the situation, what's wrong, what's off, what's not right. Okay? So it's concerned with fixing all the small little things. And of course that can be a cause of massive anxiety, massive amounts of worry. Okay? Now as a man, we know what the role of men is. The role of men is to be capable, to be able to do things. Okay? Action. A man of action is what we are. Alright? So if we were constantly caught up in anxiety and worry and overthinking and indecisiveness, then our role as men is diminished because we're not able to act. We're just caught up in the realm of thinking. Okay? And that does not solve problems. Thinking does not solve problems. Okay? The delusion is that if you think enough about a certain problem, that the problem's going to be solved, or you're going to find the right solution. But the funny thing is, and this is what happens, listen and see if you can tell what I'm on about. Usually you think and think and think about a problem, but then when the time comes to make the decision, okay, time's up now, you can't think anymore, you have to act, you have to do something, you don't even use any of the thinking that you did. You go on a whim. You go on a whim. You take one option that you have, you take it on a whim, you take it right then and there, in the moment, and you hope for the best. You hope for the best, you hope for the best result. You hope and have faith that what you've done is the right choice, the right option. And it's really funny when we do this, because 90% of the time, the thing that we did was the right thing anyway. It caused, when I say the right thing, it's not like it had a perfect result to it or a perfect consequence, but rather you just did what needed to be done, and then you accepted whatever came afterwards. It wasn't like, oh shit, I made this decision, fuck, I fucked up. No, it's like, okay, the decision was made. This is the result. Okay, how do I deal with the result now? It's a consequence, and you just deal with the consequences as they come along. You can't imagine multiple consequences and then have contingency plans. Trying to pull up my sleeve. You can't have multiple contingency plans like a robot, because the mind can only take too many variables at one time. It can only take so much. You can't think about everything that can go wrong. You'll go insane if you do that. So you will choose probably 5, 6 things that can go wrong, have contingencies for them, probably then overwhelm yourself with those contingencies to the point where you now are going crazy. And then when it comes the time to act, you act on a whim. And when you act on a whim, you then deal with the choice or the action that's been taking place, and you deal with the result as it comes along. So this renders the thinking process pretty futile. It renders it mundane and stupid and fruitless, okay? Because it doesn't actually have any bearing to it. Now it's difficult. It's very difficult for me to tell you to say that you shouldn't be thinking. Very difficult to say that, because 90% of people are addicted to thinking. They're addicted to thinking because they believe that this is the way that they have to survive. There's no other way. You have to think and think and think about a problem. Either if it happened in the past or happened in the future. You gotta think about it, man. Gotta think about it. That renders you then as an indecisive person, and you are not capable, or you're not at your full potential as what it means to be a man. What it means to be a man in this state, or in this realm, is the ability to be present. Okay? To be present in the here and the now. Your thoughts and feelings and emotions can be very turbulent at times. You will not have any control over that. The mind is going to do what it's always going to do. The problem, or the freedom factor that's involved here, is is that you've got the choice to just be the watcher of it. You don't have to be part of it. You don't have to be the thinking, okay? Because then when you are the thinking, now you're going on the rocky road that your mind's taking you on, and now you are going to really be in pain. But the pain and the suffering can be massively reduced if you're just present with it, watching what the mind does. How does it create scenarios? How does it create guilt and depression and anxiety? How does it do all of these things? Yeah? When you're present, you're now watching, and you've got the freedom now to choose what you want to do. You're not just contaminated by the mind, you are now able to act. Okay, so meditation is just that. Meditation is the art of being the watcher of the chaos, and then being able to be proactive in solving your problems, whether they be physical or mental. Most of our problems, gentlemen, are mental phantoms anyway. Most of your problems that you're worrying about right now are not even really here. I mean, if I was to ask you a question, what's wrong with your situation right now? What's wrong right now? You're probably at home, you're on your bed, you're sitting on your chair, you're watching this on your laptop or whatever, I don't know, but you're just sitting. You might have had a meal, might have had some water, a drink, whatever. What's wrong right now? What's wrong in this moment? Nothing. Nothing. Hopefully nothing, alright? If something's wrong, deal with it as it comes along. Okay? Here's the thing. Here's the thing, and this is why I like military training, especially the elite sort of ones, especially the SAS, Royal Marines, stuff like that, is they don't give you sympathy when you're in pain or you're suffering. They don't sit down and say, oh, poor you, you know, here, here's a cup of water, here, let's take care of you. No, 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 they say, you've got a problem, okay, how are you going to deal with it? How are you going to deal with it? What are you going to do? Come on, make a choice, quickly, choose, make a choice. They want you to be decisive, and they want you to make an action right now. Don't think about it, don't worry, it's pointless. I like Jocko Willink's statement on this. He says that when there's an obstacle and there's a problem, what does he do? What does he say? He says, good. He says, good. What can I do in this situation? What can I benefit from this? Fuck what can go wrong. What can I get out of this? Alright? So this is the best way to ever sort of overcome any challenge. Good. Good. You're doing a plank. I'm doing loads of planks right now. Strengthen up my core, strengthen up my shoulders, and most importantly, so I can be ready for the pre-joining fitness test of the Royal Marines. So today I was doing a 1 minute 10 plank, and my arms were just killing me. My entire body was aching and burning, and I honestly think the plank is the worst form of torture on earth. I hate it. Alright, but it was hurting. Around 45 seconds in, and I didn't know when the bell was going to go off. And it was fucking killing me, and I just then said to myself, okay, good, it's hurting. What can I do in this situation right now? I can just enjoy the pain. That's it. I got to feel the pain. Pain is an emotion. Pain is an emotion. Feel it. Some of us don't feel pain enough. You've got to feel the pain. Make it your best friend, man. Be one with it. All right? Especially when it comes to doing cold showers as well. The long-term endurance of stress and pain. Endure it. Enjoy it. Make it be your friend. Make it a part of your daily existence to encounter pain on a regular occurrence. Okay, so meditation then allows you to simply be the watcher. Meditation allows you to see what your body and mind is doing in conjunction with one another. Okay, and that little bit of detachment gives you freedom. That little bit of detachment allows you to see what is you and what is the phantom that's going on. Okay, that's it, gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you took some of this advice. Hope it resonated with some of you. And yeah, again, my meditation strategy is very simple. I just watch what's going on. I just watch the thoughts. I watch the emotions. I watch the feelings. I'm present with everything that's going on. Okay, that's it. You don't try and stop the thoughts. If you try and stop the thoughts, it's like trying to make water, or like a river that's over there. It's trying to make it go in the other direction. You know, it's going in one direction, and then you're like trying to stop it. You're trying to put your hand in the water, trying to stop it from going in one direction. What's that going to do? Nothing. It's just going to stir it up. You know, just imagine that water. It's going in that direction, right? If I was to put my hand in there to try and stop it from going in that direction, what am I doing? I'm just causing a mess. I'm causing a fuss. I'm making it worse than it actually is. I'm trying to stop the inevitable, which is it's flowing in one direction. Just let it flow. Let it flow. Whatever's attached to it, let it come and go as it pleases. You don't have any control over that, okay? But what you will find is, as you become the awareness and make the awareness your daily being, your daily state of being, that kind of awareness is going to put a stop to the turbulence of the mind over time. It's not going to happen instantly, but over time it will. Because over time you're going to realize that a lot of this is self-generated. A lot of what's going on in my mind is actually because I've chosen to go on a certain path of my mind, and I've chosen to take it seriously. Okay? So yeah, keep that in mind, gentlemen. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.